So the example of like the big T trauma, being left alone in the hospital for the first 11 days, that created this sense of feeling unworthy and undeserving of love. That's one example. And then the small T trauma being what happened with these kids that day, because going forward, I would never allow myself to speak up in a group because I was always afraid of getting laughed at again. So I just stood around really worrying about what people thought about me. And so trauma isn't, I believe, what happened to us. What's going on in our body as a result of what happened to us, right? It's those wounds left over from the things that happened to us. And because I had all these wounds, I had so much shame, right? And I had so much self-hatred. And so for me, drugs and alcohol, they weren't really my problem. They were the solution to my problem. They were the only thing that helped me experience a little bit of ease and discomfort on the inside. And I knew no other way of self-regulating my own nervous system. And so fast forward, without going into too many more details, I got to a place based on my journey with drugs where I actually heard a voice. This is my first really clear experience of hearing the voice of my intuition. So the way I sort of talk about it is there's a lot of ways we can experience intuition, but there's three main ones, which are clairvoyance, clairaudience, and clairsentience. And clairsentience being like you have a fine level of feeling inside about something. Clairvoyance being like you see things. And then clairaudience being you hear a voice, right? Or you hear things. And for me, I've always been most deeply connected to my intuition on the level of clairaudience. I hear this voice. And this is the first time I remember clearly hearing the voice. And it said to me, you can keep going on the way you're going and die, or you can get some help. And I chose to pick up the phone, call someone, and get some help. And that's what started the journey I'm on today.